Welcome back, dear students. Hope you all have heard the lecture on economic activities and everything is clear to you. So now in this lecture we are going to start with the concept of business. What is business? Business includes all occupations in which people are busy in earning income either by production or purchase and sale or exchange of goods and services to satisfy the needs of other people with the main objective of earning profit. The word business itself means to be busy something, to remain busy in something. So that means business means to remain busy in earning income in by doing some work. Either you are producing something or you are purchasing and selling something. But the motive is earning money. You are earning money. In simple words, it refers to that economic activity. First of all, business is an economic activity which is conducted on regular basis. You have to conduct business on regular basis to earn profits through the production and sale of goods and services. You want to earn profit by doing either production or by selling the goods or services. So we need to do one definition. There are 3-4 definitions given in the book. You can do any definition. Remember, while writing the definition, if you are writing the definition in the comma, you can't change the words of the definition. According to Peterson and Plowman, business is an activity in which different persons exchange something of value, whether goods or services, for mutual gain or profit. Business, Plowman or Peterson says, business is such an activity in which different persons they exchange something with each other, and that something has some value. That something has some value. They exchange that something for the value, and whether that something may be goods, that something may be services, and there is benefit of both the parties. The one person who is purchasing, he will get satisfaction by making use of the good or service, and the other person who is selling, he will definitely get money. So there is benefit of both the parties. So this is the concept of business. Then, but in modern, that was a traditional concept. But if we'll talk about the modern concept of business, nowadays, if you will ask your parents, ki, is business easy today? Obviously, they will answer you, no, it's not so easy that today that you think it to be. So according to the modern timings, modern definition, business is no longer related with goods and services. It cannot be termed as earning profits only. That means we cannot relate business only with earning profit or for selling goods and services. It's not an easy job to sell goods and services in the business now. We have to create customer in the market. We have to bring innovations in our product. Only then our product will be able to sold in the market. So modern concept of business says creating a customer for itself. That means business organization needs to create a customer for itself. How it can create? By producing the goods according to the taste and preferences of the customer. Converting economic resources into goods and services. That means no doubt we are having the resources with us. We are having material with us. We are having money with us. But until and unless we will not make any finished product with that, we will not be able to sell the product in the market. Innovating new products and services. If you really want to sell your product, you have to bring technological changes in your product. If you will not bring technological changes in your product is of no use. It will not be sold in the market. Then marketing these innovative products and services. Then whatever innovative technological things you are making, new things you are making, you have to market them by providing various schemes to the customers. You have to attract the customer to purchase your product. So the modern concept of business says business is not such a easy thing now. You have to focus on these 4 parts, that is creating a customer, converting resources into goods and services, providing innovative new products, and marketing these products in the market. Now comes features or characteristics or nature of business. The first feature is an economic activity. You know, business is considered as an economic activity because it is undertaken, it is performed with the main objective of earning money or creating wealth. So bache, because the main motive behind doing these activities is earning money, we are creating money, creating wealth. Wealth is coming into the society. That is why this is an economic activity. Then second thing is production or procurement of goods and services. Every business enterprise whether either produces or procures goods and services from producers. either enterprise produce itself, that means it is a manufacturing concern, or it is procuring and selling the product, that means production आप producer से purchase करके further customer को sell कर रहे हो वो चीज़. So every business enterprise is either producing the product or it is procuring the product from the producer. आप producer से लोगे और उसको sell कर रहे हो. If you are involved in these such an activity, that is also considered as a business activity. Third is sale or exchange of goods and services for the satisfaction of human needs. Now whatever you are doing, if you are indulging sale or exchange of goods and services, you are doing to satisfy the human needs. You are going to satisfy your customer's need. But if a farmer is growing the crop for his own family, for his own food, that means he is not doing any business activity. But a farmer is growing crop for selling it in the market, that means he is doing the economic activity, he is doing the business. Similarly, if you are going to buy a product, if you buy a product to give to someone else, it is not buying, it is not business. But if you buy a product for resale, आप किसी प्रोडक्ट को परचेज करते हो रीसेल करने के लिए, दैट इज नोन एज बिजनेस. बट आई विल टेल यू वन मोर एग्जाम्पल फॉर वन मोर फीचर ऑफ बिजनेस, देन यू विल कम टू नो. सपोज आई एम सेइंग कि यू हैव परचेज्ड अ ड्रेस फॉर योर फ्रेंड to gift him, so that is not a business activity. But if you have purchased a dress to resell to someone else, that is included in business activity. But there is one condition for that. That is the next point of feature: dealing in goods or services on regular basis. For business activity, you must be doing that particular activity on regular basis. If a person is purchasing a dress and reselling it to someone else for one time only, not for always, so that means that is not a business. But if a person is doing that work on regular basis, that is known as business. Suppose one of my friends says me, you are going to the market, kindly get me one dress from there. So I went to there, I purchased the dress and I resold it to my friend, and he paid me the money for that. But this is for the one time. That does not mean that I am doing business activity. But if I am doing this for reselling again and again, it is I am doing on the continuous basis, regular basis, that means that is a activity of business. In other words, one more example I'll give you. Suppose I am purchasing a house. If I am purchasing a house for one time only, I have purchased, that is not a business. Suppose if I have sell my one house and purchase another house, that is not a business if I am doing this for one time. But if I am doing this on regular basis and in return I am getting commission from the persons जिनका मैं घर सेल कर रही हूँ, जिनको purchase करवा रही हूँ, I am getting in return commission from them. So that point, at that time, I am doing the business activity, right? So regularity of occurrence of business transaction is must. It is most important. Then is profit earning. Another जो main purpose है business का, that is earning profit. If profit earning is not there, then it cannot be considered as a business transaction. When we will discuss about objectives of business, now you will come to know that profit is earning is one of the most important objective of business. If you are giving the goods in charity, that is not a business. The main motive is you are earning money. Not only money, you are earning profit. You are selling that goods at a higher cost. Suppose you are producing something at ₹40 and you are selling that at 50, that is profit earning. Okay. Then uncertainty of return or risk. Then business, it is a feature of business that the risk is always present in business. We are never knowing what will happen the next time. Business is full of risk. There is always a possibility of losses. The businessman cannot be so sure that he's going to earn profit always. So that means it depends upon the market condition, customer taste, that how business is going to survive in the market. It may happen कि market की condition में downfall आ जाए. जैसे अभी अगर हम अभी की बात करते हैं, right now you can see there is a lockdown in the country. Definitely business is facing risk or uncertain conditions only. So there are losses in the businesses also, and customer taste may change. What do you think? Lockdown open होगा तो उसके बाद भी customer is going to face changes only. The taste is going to change. We are not going outside for dining easily. So we are changing our taste and preferences at that time. time. So business is always full of risk because of customer taste, because of market conditions. These all are the features or nature of business. I repeat the points once again. An economic activity, production or procurement of goods and services, sale or exchange of goods and services for the satisfaction of human needs, dealing in goods or services on regular basis, profit earning, uncertainty of return or risk. That was the features of business. Now next is, once we are going to do the case study. Rama bought a ready-made dress for 5,000. Her friend liked the design of dress very well. So Rama sold the same dress to her friend for 5,500 and made a profit of rupees 500. After completing her studies, Rama opened a shop of selling ready-made dresses for girls. Can transaction between Rama and her friend be termed as a business? We cannot term the transaction between these two friends as business, because that is for the one time only that she purchased the dress. Her friend liked the dress and she resold the dress to her friend only. B point is, state the feature related to A. Why we are not considering it as a business? Because she is not doing it on a regular basis. That is why. But the C point says, can the sale of dresses on her shop be called as business? When she opened a shop of selling ready-made dress, at that time whatever transaction she did, can we consider them as business? Yes, that can be considered as business because she is doing all those activities on regular basis. So this is how you have to answer the cases. In case studies, bache, each and every part has its own marking scheme. So kindly focus on the points properly. Now next is, there is one more example. Amar, Akbar and Anthony are three friends pursuing different careers. Amar is a doctor and is running his own clinic. Akbar runs a bakery and makes bread and biscuits, whereas Anthony is an IAS officer. Identify their occupation. That means you have to tell whether they are professionals, they are employment, or they are in business. So if Amar is a doctor, he is running his own clinic. That means he is into profession, because doctor needs special qualifications, special skills. Akbar runs a bakery and makes bread and biscuit. That means वो अपनी production कर रहा है. Here Akbar is running a business. Anthony is an IAS officer. He is working as an employee. That means he is under employment. Then differentiate between them on the basis of transfer of interest, reward and code of conduct. First is transfer of interest. You will say, in business we can transfer the interest. In profession, transfer of interest is not possible. In employment, again we cannot transfer the interest. Then second is reward. Reward for business is called profit. Reward for profession is called fees. And reward for employment is called wages. And the third is code of conduct. There is no prescribed code of conduct for business. Code of conduct is there for profession. And code of conduct or terms and conditions in employment are decided by the employer. These all are the points that you need to mention here. Now next is multiple objectives of business. Basically बच्चे, what are objective? First of all, that you should know. Objective means end results towards which the activities of business are directed. Suppose you are working hard. You want to score good marks. This is your objective. Why we are performing a particular activity? That why, that answer to why is our objective. Second point is, objective must be set in specific terms. It should not be general terms. Like, we are setting our objective, I want to achieve good marks. This is a general objective. I want to achieve 95% marks. This is called specific objective. So whatever objective you will set, it should be specific one. Example, increase in sale by 10% in 1 year. That means you want to increase your sale in 1 year by 10%. This is called specific objective. If I will simply say you increase in sales, it is a general objective. That we have to increase the sale. No percentage there, no time bound is there. So it is a general objective. So objective must be specific. It should not be general. Main objective of business is to earn profit. But it should not be the sole or only objective. We no doubt we say the main objective is earning profit. लेकिन सिर्फ profit earn करके हमने वहीं पे finish नहीं करना होता. There are some other objectives also that we are going to discuss in the next slide. Objective of business are divided into 3 subcategories: economic objectives, social objectives, human or individual objectives. 3 categories are there: economic, social, human or individual. We are going to discuss about them one by one. Economic objectives, which are related to the business. Social objectives, which are related with the society, and human or individuals, that are related to the employees. We are going to discuss one by one. First is economic objectives. The economic objectives include survival, profit, growth. Whenever we start the business in the market, the first objective behind our mind is survival. That we have started the business, now we have to survive in the market. It should not happen कि after 2-3 months we are vanishing from the market. हम खत्म हो रहे हैं market से, हमें अपना business बंद करना पड़ रहा है. We should work like this, that we should survive in the market. Second thing is profit. Once we are able to survive in the market, जब हमें लगता है हम market में survive कर रहे हैं, we are able to survive, now we start deciding about earning profit. Now we want to earn profit. प्रॉफिट अर्न करने की हम कोशिश करते हैं. एंड रिमेंबर, प्रॉफिट इज द रिवॉर्ड ऑफ बेयरिंग रिस्क. प्रॉफिट का मतलब ये कि हम मार्केट में रिस्क को बेयर कर रहे हैं. द थर्ड ऑब्जेक्टिव इज ग्रोथ. जब आपको प्रॉफिट मिलना शुरू होता है, देन यू थिंक अबाउट ग्रोथ. नाउ वी हैव टू ग्रो इन द मार्केट. अभी वी आर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वन प्रोडक्ट, we should start some other product. Suppose you have started with the dresses only. You are making the dresses of male, gents dresses you are making. Now you think you want to diversify, you want to grow, so you will start with the women formals also. Then it may be possible you will start with the another outlet for wallets, handbags outlet. You may start with some other outlets also. So this is called growth. So you have to learn these in sequence. It will be easy for you. First economic objective is survival, that you want to stay in the market. Second is profit. Once you make sure that you are going to stay in the market, you start deciding about earning profits. And the third is, then you are earning profit. Now your motive is to grow, to diversify into different product lines. Okay. So these all are the economic objectives of business. Then comes social objectives of business. Social objectives mein we are thinking about the society. The first thing is supply of desired quality of products. This is, देखो, customer always prefer to buy the products only when they are of satisfactory quality and they are available at reasonable prices. बच्चे, अगर आपको अपनी choice का product market में नहीं मिलेगा, you are not going to buy the particular product. So this is the social objective of the business, that business should provide the customer with the required quality of the product at reasonable price. Customer is going to pay money for the work, so the product should be value for money. अगर customer ने 1000 rupees pay किए हैं, so product should have a value of worth of 1000 rupees. Otherwise it should not be sell. So बच्चे, for example, if the consumer goods, if we'll talk about the consumer goods like refrigerator, TV, car, scooter, so what customer is going to see in them? Obviously customer is going to observe durability of these products. These should be durable, so this feature should be added in the product. If we'll talk about pressure cooker, gas cylinder, that means safety factor should be considered in such a case. If we will talk about pulses, spices, medicines, here we'll talk about quality, purity matters, so this factor should be considered. So that means if business wants to survive in the market for long run, and it wants to maintain its goodwill, अपनी image बना के रखनी है, then it must supply right quality, good quality products at reasonable price. This is the first point. Second is avoidance of unfair trade practices. You must have studied in 10th class economics about unfair trade practices. We have studied in economics chapter also. So unfair trade practices, we should not use any unfair trade practice like black marketing, adulteration, hoarding, overcharging. कहीं mixing नहीं करनी चाहिए, जान के black marketing, shortage नहीं pretend करनी चाहिए, हमें कहीं पे भी overcharge नहीं करना चाहिए product के लिए. We should not follow these. You know, we can fool the customer once, but we cannot fool him again and again. So एक बार आप ऐसा करोगे, आपकी goodwill, reputation will be spoiled and the customer will not come to you again. So this is the second social objective, like we should avoid unfair trade practices in the market. Third is employment generation. You know, unemployment is the basic problem in our country. In every developing country, it is the most important problem. So a businessman must create employment opportunities and help in overcoming this problem in the developing countries. How you can do this? You should hire persons from the outside, from your economy. You should provide them good wages or salaries according to the work. You should make a quota system in your organization, that you should provide jobs to the handicapped also, disabled also. Female quota should also be there, so that each and every sector of the, each and every person of the economy should get the job. Employment should be generated properly. Then training should also be given to them for doing the work. Then is social service or community service. This is the, now again, but many government has made many rules for this also, that we should fulfill our social responsibility. You must have heard about CSR, corporate social responsibility. This is compulsion for those houses who are not performing their responsibilities. So we should also go for charity programs. We should also help in the schools. We run dispensaries. We should help in schools, hospitals also, so that this is a social service programs only, so that we can earn goodwill in the market. बच्चे no doubt motive पीछे इसमें business का ही benefit है. The goodwill in the market will increase. Obviously customer base will also increase. It will not only increase reputation, but it will also make the public image of the company. So company should also spend good amount on social or community service. Then is avoidance of pollution. Then we should follow such methods of production, eco-friendly methods of production. Chimneys should be there in the factory sites. Then each factories should be out of the range of the residential area. It should not be in residential area. Waste should not be thrown here and there in the water bodies. So we should take, this is the moral duty of the businessman, to take care of all these things. He should take care of all these things so that he can avoid pollution in the society. So these were the points of social objectives of business. Then the last is human, individual or individual objectives of business. This includes, it is related with the human being, employees of the organization. Obviously बच्चे, employees are the most important part of the organization. The first includes providing good working condition. First of all, we should provide good working conditions to the employees. It should be suitable conditions. अगर आप खुद as an employee वहाँ as a person वहाँ work नहीं कर सकते, तो we should not make our employee to stand and work over there. Then competitive and satisfactory wages or salaries. Whatever salaries, whatever wages we are going to pay, that should be competitive and that should be satisfactory. Competitive means that should be appropriate as per the salaries paid by our competitors also. It should be appropriate according to the work done by them. एक normal wage हमने standard रखा होता है, उस work के accordingly we should pay them the wages. Then is personal growth or development. The business houses should also think about the personal growth or development of the employees. This can be done by various training programs, by making developing planning various training programs for the employees. Time to time training should be given to the employees for their development. Then is peer recognition. Peer recognition means बच्चे peer होते colleagues के बीच में, if the employees are doing good, we should help them, give them a recognition. That means अगर आप publicly अपने colleagues के बीच में उसको बोलते हो, yes, this person has given us a good suggestion, we are able to earn the profit because of ABC employee of the company. So this helps in whenever employees take participation in decision making, उसका decision good होता है, so we should give him well done. We can give them a certificate in front of the employees. We can just make him stand and just take his name in front of the people of employees working in the organization. That only gives him the mental satisfaction. So peer recognition should also be there. The next is providing special benefits like housing, medical education, etc. Some business houses provide housing facilities to the employees also, medical facilities to the employees, or education to their children also. So business houses should also try to provide these types of services also. Always remember, when businessman provides education facility, medical facility to the family of employees, education to the children of employees, that comes under human or individual objectives. But when businessman provides social service, schools, education to children generally in the society, that comes under social objective. That should be considered because it will help you in solving the case studies. That's it, all about the human or individual objectives of business. So now just recapitulate economic objectives, social objectives and individual objectives. Economic objectives include survival, profit, growth. Social objectives include supply of desired quality of products, avoiding unfair trade practices, employment generation, community or social service, avoidance of pollution. And individual or human objectives include good working conditions, competitive salaries, personal growth, peer recognition and special benefits. So bachche, now you have to read all these points that we have covered in our today's lecture, and then we'll continue with our next lecture. Till then, take care.